This is Pro Series Off Topic.
Welcome back to Pro Series Off Topic. This is episode 81. Hope you had a great week. Hope you enjoyed Pro Series this past week. It was with Matt McCarthy. He's a transformation coach, business coach. We talk about a lot about finding your purpose, a lot of how business owners, that biggest hurdle that they have is forgetting their purpose as, their career goes on or how they're building their career and keeping employees. It was just a great episode. So if you're either starting a business, have a business, or just want to learn more about business or how to overcome barriers in your career, great episode. Go check that out. Go watch it. Another one coming out this week. But let's get into the main topic. My first main topic stems from a visit to Walmart that I had this morning. And it always amazed me about how many people don't bring their carts back to the cart corral. It's really not hard to take your cart after you're done unloading your car back to the cart corral that is literally maybe 10 feet away from your car. They're in every single row in a shopping center. It's not that hard. It's going to take an extra 30 seconds of your time to bring that cart and put it back into a corral. I watched a lady literally put a cart in a handicap spot, get into her car, and drove away while I grabbed the cart and put it back into the corral as she looks at me like I'm strange. Like, do you not understand what you just did? It's not that hard to take the cart and bring it back to the cart corral. And I bet you there's a lot of people on here, especially on TikTok, that will comment on this and say, oh, they hire people for that. No, they don't. They hire people to get them out of the cart corral and bring them back into the store. You're just being lazy of just putting them in the mulch beds, or in the video that I'm posting on social media. It's just they put them on a bunch of sidewalk where it's meant for people to walk down safely with families, or maybe if you are handicapped, it has a ramp that goes straight into the store. It makes it easy for them, a safe walkway for them to walk into. But it was covered in carts. Why? It's not that hard. Stop being a horrible human being. Just do your duty. Like, they put them, there's multiple in each row. It's not that hard. It's so annoying. But that's just the world we live in right now. Next up, this is a image that I saw on Facebook from Architecture Lab a few weeks back, I think, and it really caught my eye. Especially the picture is crazy. Was literally a baby hanging out a window in a cage, and I'm like, holy crap, what is this? But from their article, go check them out. It's Architecture Lab. They have some awesome architectural history posts. It's one of my favorite people to follow. So this picture is from 1937. Baby cages were used in the U.S. to ensure that children living in apartment buildings receiving enough sunlight and fresh air. These cages attached to windows allowed infants to safely enjoy outdoor exposure while remaining in the confines of their urban homes. This I cannot believe this is an actual thing. It's one of those things you look back at, or maybe if someone was living during that period, it was just such a normal thing. But nowadays, holy crap, that would not go well at all. You'd be arrested. You get your kid taken away from you. It just doesn't even seem like a logical thing to do. Like, anybody in their right mind would want to do that. It's just so inhumane. It's just the most horrific thing that I've ever seen that was a normal thing in the U.S. in 1937. It's just absolutely insane to do that. But let's get into music this week. Riley Green came out with his much anticipated album called Don't Mind If I Do. Overall, great album. My thing is, with this release, he had an EP and he released a bunch of singles that are part of this collection or this album, whatever you want to call it, LP. So all the good songs were already really released. And I mean, it's overall a great album, but it's just strange because most of these songs you've already heard and you already know, so that anticipation's gone. And I'll talk about it with my song of the week. Also went through that as well, and it's just all these people teasing or either releasing so much before the release date. I like those days where it's a surprise album, or they release maybe one single and then you listen to the rest on album release day. And that was always fun because you listen from start to finish. It's fun that way. But my standouts are, Rather Be, Don't Mind If I Do with Ella Langley. I think Ella Langley and Riley Green, they need to make an album together like how Kenny and Dolly did back in the day. Their voices just sound so great. Alcohol of Fame, that was one that we didn't hear yet. So that was a great one. And then probably like my standout song off of this record would be Jesus Saves. Go check that one out. It is just a beautifully written song. I think Thomas Rhett said it should be song of the year, single of the year, record of the year. I could see that happening if he releases this as a single, and then next, go around for CMAs and ACMs. But that overall, just a great album. Go check that out. Up next would be a surprise album, I guess, was released, or the announcement was released maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, and it was Dan and Shay. They've been teasing for a while to have a Christmas album. It's called It's Officially Christmas, the double album. Officially Christmas is that Christmas song that they came out a few years ago, which is an original song. Most of this album is, the classics that and some of these they've already released, but a lot of these are also brand new songs that are either produced by them, written by them, or just new off the album. I love how it's a double album. I listened to some of it. People will probably think I'm weird, but I'm fully in the Christmas mood now. Stocked up on like the Christmas scents, all that stuff. I'm ready to put my Christmas tree up any day now, honestly. But overall, great album. Shay's voice is so insane. It's great. Sounds great with Christmas music, but overall, just a great album. My song of the week, no brainer. Morgan Wallen, Love Somebody. The only downside to this song is there wasn't a whole lot of anticipation because he already released the chorus of it on TikTok and social media over the summer. So that's the one thing I miss about music. I feel like so many artists nowadays are teasing these songs off on social media, and that's fine with me, but I think it should be maybe the beginning of the song or the pre-chorus or just like the background music or something, not the main chorus. Like the juice of it all was already given to us. So, I mean, overall, great song. I played it 1,000 times in my car on Friday and today. So overall, great song. But that's one thing I miss about music back in the day. Knowing that a single is coming out, but not knowing what it sounded like. That is what I miss. And I know why people do it nowadays, and it helps with anticipation. It helps with record breaks. It just helps overall sales of the song. But I wish we'd go back to just, going in blind almost. But that's Morgan Wallen, Love Somebody. Hopefully this is turning into a new LP. We haven't had a new LP since March of 2023, which sounds like not that long of time, with some artists going on 2 to 3 year breaks between albums, but he doesn't seem to do that, and I don't think he's going to do that. I think maybe after this tour, maybe in the winter time, he's going to finish it up and maybe release it in March to mark that 2 year mark on One Thing at a Time. But it is a great song. Go check that out. Next up, Kaylee Bannon. You might know her. I've talked about her many times on this podcast. She is the host of Today Country, I believe, on Apple Music. But she came out with a new song called Don't Fall in Love. It's a decent song. It's not anything special, in my opinion. Next up, Bailey Zimmerman, Holding On. Great song. Bailey Zimmerman is killing it right now. This next song, I don't know why this was released. I don't know why he released it, and why he's trying to go country. And maybe it's just he saw Post, he saw Beyonce, he's seeing all these artists do it. But Ringo Starr, yes, from the Beatles, came out with a song called Look Up. Or he's going to have an album called Look Up. The song is called Time on My Hands. Oh, man. I mean, he wasn't the best singer in the Beatles anyways. He wasn't the lead guy. He wasn't the guy that was known for his voice. But this song honestly sounds like he got it from AI. It is so bad. No one's talking about it either. So it's just a weird release. Next up, this next artist is a new artist that I'm becoming a fan of. He has a song called 5 to 9 that's on radio now and his name's Hudson Westbrook. He has a song come out called House Again. Great song. 5 to 9 still the top song. So if you're going to go check out his song, start with 5 to 9 and then go from there. But he has a great, cool voice. And then next up, probably album of the week. I'd probably put Riley Green and Breland on the same pedestal here, but Breland, because I didn't hear any of it before, might be a little bit higher. He has an EP that came out called Project 2024, and literally a no skip EP. Great. He has a song on there with Warren Treaty. Warren Treaty's awesome. It's called Same Work. Probably the best off that album is the number one track on the song called Grammond. And it's a great song, so go check that one out. Last up on new musics of this week is Like a River, the Farewell Tour live album from Granger Smith. As you know, Granger Smith is leaving country music or putting it aside to do his, I think he's going to be a priest or something with his faith, which is awesome. He's always sung in a way. He was never that country artist that just talked about beer and all kinds. He talked about like real life stuff, which was awesome. But this album's great. He has some great music. He covers some great songs on this album. It is a 31 track album. I think it was probably much anticipated for his like diehard fans, to get like that one last, music from Granger. So go check that out. Let's get into the country music Mediabase chart. Number 5 this week, up from 7, is Morgan Wallen, Lies, Lies, Lies. Number 4 this week, Justin Moore, This Is My Dirt. Number 3 this week, Kane Brown, Marshmallow with Miles on It. Number 2, Jelly Roll, I Am Not Okay. And the number 1 song of the week is Post Malone and Blake Shelton with Pour Me a Drink. That's all I have this week. We'll have another episode of Pro Series, but before that, go check out the Pro Series with Matt McCarthy, business transformation coach, and then let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, review the Pro Series on any platform you have. It really does help out the podcast and helps out the success of the podcast, so please do that. I greatly appreciate it, but enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk next week.